Hello everyone, and welcome to a new playthrough of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Before we get started, I do want to say for the people who are watching this live, I know it's been a while since the last Dungeon Crawl episode, and we're not actually at this moment continuing the game that I have going, because I just haven't had time to play, and there's a tournament on now, and so I thought it would be better to try to get in one, maybe two tournament games over the course of this next week. And those are on a different version, right? It's 0.19 release time, hooray! But I do plan to get back that character, but not until the tournament is over, probably. All that said, if you are watching this from the archives, sorry you had to listen to that. Who cares, right? Anyway, let's get going. I'm going to be playing... So one of the reasons I wanted to get some games in for the tournament is just because it's kind of fun to have the Nemelix choice stuff going. An excuse to play some weirdo character that I would never really think to play. The Nem choice right now is a Formicid Conjurer. What are the apps for that like? Pretty bad, I imagine, right? Conjurations is on this last tab. Formicids, yeah, -2, it's fine. -1 is fine. We can transition into something. And plus, it doesn't matter how good it is, because that's the Nem choice, and you gotta do what the Nem choice says. So here we go. Let's assign... I guess just Conjurations. I sometimes like to get some spellcasting as well for more MP on a Conjurations-focused start. But I think it's a little bit too early for that. And sure. Okay, I think nothing else to see here. Let's get going. Things to remember. I'm a Formicid. I can dig. And shaft. Okay, we have a weapon. That's a nice improvement for when we run out of MP. Or to preserve MP, I suppose, is a better way of putting it. There's a short sword. Now, is that better or worse than a spear? I'm not actually sure. So this is 6 damage. This is also 6 damage. Same accuracy. Huh. So it seems like a spear is strictly better than a short sword, except that there's a stabbing bonus on the short sword. Anyway, so we're not going to take the short sword. We'll look to approach this guy somewhat cautiously. I guess I was just checking to make sure there were no other monsters nearby before I before I get to him. Ah, now I see there is another monster nearby. That's not great. But I think that using, I don't know. I guess if I were going to avoid the monster, I should have actually done it, right? Not discovered there was someone nearby and then just walked up to him. Anyway, I think that there's a lot of... Okay, I guess we can fly if we want. There's a lot you can use Formicid, their enemy sense, their antennae in the early game. Because in the early game is, more than anywhere else, is really when you need to be able to avoid enemies. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're running away from this guy. I mean, and the thing is, we can't really run away, right? Actually, I should have maybe stuck around in there and pillar danced around all this stuff. But I guess I've got this to pillar dance around, and I know the terrain better, so it's hopefully a bit safer. And I'm just going to wait till I get up to full MP before I start blasting him again. Okay, here we go. Got him. Got him. Okay. So that's I don't know, the early game with a Conjurer. Ooh, there's a thing down here. Another Hobgoblin, jeez. All right, we got away from him, and I like it that way. A Hobgoblin I would feel so much better about at level 2 than level 1. You just have a lot more HP to work with in case things go wrong. You have more MP as well, which is a big help, and you get, what, Searing Ray? That's pretty good too. So especially as a Conjurer. Ooh, 2 monsters, huh? Especially as a Conjurer, the level up is like a humongous deal. Or any kind of spell casting dude, right? Yeah, B is fine for that. I mean, Searing Ray just dramatically increases your damage output potential. Also, this is like, I don't want to open this door because I would then be right next to this guy, and as a Conjurer, I want some range when I engage enemies. Even just a little range goes a long way. Here's a dagger. Daggers are all right, but I think I'll keep my spear. What's up here? A rat. All right, we can thankfully handle rats. Something I'm not being as good as I should be about is backing up to rest. When I've finished killing a monster, so far like this entire playthrough, I've rested right where I killed him. And that's too exposed a position. It would be more disciplined to back off and rest in some place that I know is far away from any monsters, like here. And I mean, it's not like I'm on a streak or anything, right? Actually, I'm not sure. I guess this would be a different streak, right? Because I guess as far as the tournament is concerned, I'm not on a streak. And as far as Sequel is concerned, I don't know. It depends on whether I won my last game, and I don't really remember that. No, I didn't. That's right. I did not win. Okay, got it. So we're not on a streak or anything. Ooh, an amulet. But I still like winning, right? And the early game is where you need to be particularly careful. So I'm trying to play cautiously here. Okay, sure, we can eat chunks now. Not particularly important, even as a Conjurer. People worry quite a bit about spell hunger. A lot of it is not really warranted. Now that Knoll, of course, is a real serious threat. And we need to figure out how to get away from him. I should have run away more from the goblin before engaging him, because what I did allowed the Knoll to overhear the goblin shouting, and he did, and I knew the Knoll was on his way, so I backed up a little, but I really should have backed up more, enough that the Knoll would not. What's the word? It's like overhear, but for seeing. It's not oversee, right? It's a different word. Okay, he's still following me, but we can get some distance like this without him seeing. He still can see. We are not quite far enough away. I mean, he's not wielding a weapon, so in principle, like, he's less dangerous than some Knolls. All right, we can pillar dance around this area, I guess, is the idea. And eventually, he'll forget about us, and as a Formicid, we'll know that that has happened. Yeah, he doesn't know where we are anymore. Okay, see you, dude. With another race, if you pillar dance for too long, if you like pillar dance with the hope of getting enemies to forget about you, you sort of have the problem that you don't know that they have, and on your next lap they see you because they've stopped running around the circle, and you catch up to them. As a Formicid, we can avoid that, which is nice. Was there anything else on the ground we wanted? An enchanted dagger. Honestly, if a goblin had it, it's probably not very good. It could be, but I'm happy enough with my spear for the moment. I should check that, like, this is recording. It's been a while since I recorded Crawl. Yes, we're recording. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, great. Tastes good. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. Losing enemies by running away from them as a Formicid. I think, like, Formicid get all these kind of cool, sometimes subtle advantages that... Come on, don't die this way. Okay, I should have used Searing Ray against him. Let's just take some decks here. I should have used Searing Ray, not Magic Dart. That was a mistake. You get more damage per MP that way, and there's clearly in a situation where that's all we needed to optimize for. I could learn Dazzling Spray, which is a reasonable, decent spell, and we do have a good Hex's aptitude. I don't personally like Dazzling Spray that much. Like, I know it's good-ish. I just, like, don't... I don't know. It consumes a lot of MP, I guess, is what I'm saying, per damage. And, you know, it... In exchange, it... Oh, it says you finished channeling your Searing Ray. That's a nice change. I don't think it used to do that. In exchange, it what? What was I talking about? Dazzling Spray. In exchange for, like, a really awful MP to damage conversion ratio. You know what? Forget it. Let's leave. We're not going to finish this floor. In exchange for that, you get, like, monsters become incapacitated when you hit them with it. That's pretty cool, right? But I don't personally find that with my playstyle, that trade-off is worth it that often, and I'd rather just save the spell levels for something else. In particular, like, since I don't really advocate training a whole bunch of spells, spell casting in the early game, you kind of are. Oh, that's nice. You kind of are a bit pressed for skill levels. See, there's an example of where I rested a little bit too much out in the open. Ooh, that hurts. I should have run away earlier and just gone back to the stairs, actually, when the Searing Ray miscast. I figured I'd probably just be fine magic darting him and so on, and, like, that's true, I probably would be. But there's no reason to rely on that. Okay. So it was fine, but I should have run away while I still had space between myself and him to guarantee that I could get to a staircase and retreat. Ooh, this is interesting. Crystal. Kiku. I don't believe that Formicid are really any good at all at Necromancy, right? How do I see that? They're not bad. You know what I forgot to do is look up how everything is scoring in the tournament, so I'm going to do that real quick. And you guys will not see anything exciting on the screen, I'm afraid. And in principle, it doesn't even really matter to me how well things are scoring. Because I'm only playing like one game and I'm not really competing. But okay, who's scoring? Kiku is worth 63 points. Trog and Okuwaru are worth 9. Fedhas is worth a ton of points. Really? I heard about that earlier, but I figured it had been addressed by now. Nemelex is worth a lot. These are both invocation-heavy gods, and as a Formicid, we have a ton of that. Quaslal is scoring all right. Although as a Conjurer, there's a bit of overlap there. I'd love to find Vedhas. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on Kiku for now. Well, not for now, right? This is a pass. I'm not going to go back after I discover that all of the other gods in the game are no good. I know who they are, right? Ooh. Stay out of that guy's way. As a Conjurer, it's sort of like having a bunch of skeletons in the way makes it harder to conjure things, is what I'm getting at. And like, Necromancy is still a solid spell school as a Formicid / Conjurer. But it's not so good that I really want to like devote my god slot to it, I guess is what I'm getting at. I don't know if that's a sound analysis. Oh, that devil! He dodged the Searing Ray. Alright, take the full blast of the last one. There you go. Alright, let's wait on this upstairs here, I guess, to rest. So we can get back to safe territory if we need to. Dungeon 2 Kiku is real good, though. Ooh, a glowing hand axe. I'll try it. Alright, I'm a sucker. Let's try out this scroll. What does identify? And amnesia. Well, that's what I get, I suppose. And there's a sling right there that I'd really love to be able to wield, honestly. Who is that? Let's go chase him. It's just a kobold. I don't know. It was probably an okay risk, I think, to wield that hand axe. It could have been quite good. And we're sort of at the... Actually, I'm not going to Searing Ray him from here, because for all I know, he's just going to duck into some weird abscess or recess down here. Abscess is a different thing, and it's gross, right? I think so. Oh my gosh, the miscasts. Anyway, we're sort of at a point where we don't need to depend on our weapon too much, and we can afford to take risks in upgrading it. But I don't know. I think I'm really just rationalizing, post-justifying the decision that I made for no particular reason. And it didn't pay off, and so now I'm like, how can I convince myself that it was a good idea after all? I don't know. I probably shouldn't have done it, but there are some arguments to be made for why it was okay. Ooh, one shot. Get wrecked. Oh, done with Dungeon 2, huh? Except for that adder. This is... Wait, what? Oh, that must be translucent? What is this all about? Oh, there's a staircase here. And fortunately, as a Formicid, I can just dive right in and see whose altar this is, right? It's usually an altar. It's Fedhas! You're kidding me! Oh, that's right. They changed it. I pressed P to pray, and that doesn't happen anymore. Now, just like shops, you use the stair buttons to get to them. Great. Fedhas, that's exactly what I wanted. Yes. And we can continue exploring this area, although it looks like it's all just adders. Adder town, alright. What in the world? That's incredible. Shouldn't they all be asleep from this? Like, this is my first time on Dungeon 3. I thought I was supposed to get the first turn, and it's strange to me that the jackal was allowed to bark. Alright, but I'm just going to have to copy and paste that one. That's too good. Alright, well, we're going back upstairs. We're not messing with any of this. And we are never, ever using that staircase again. Holy smokes, it's a good thing we're Formicid. Well, I don't know. As a Formicid, we were able to discover this Fedhaus altar, which is great. Whereas another race, we probably would never have seen it until we were much, much later in the game. But, you know, was that altar really such a huge deal? I don't know about that. There's not really a good starting location on this floor, is there? Let's just take one jackal upstairs. Alright, we got him. We leveled up. We can learn IMB. Or Prism. I don't think it's time yet to diversify out of the stuff we're training. We could actually train some spellcasting. That would be fine. But not into, like, fighting and dodging. I don't think we can do that yet. We still need more... what's the word I'm thinking of? Obviously spell power, but I meant, like, more in general. We need more damage output, more kill dudes, but I was thinking of a way cooler way to say it, so I don't know. Just imagine that I could come up with it. And let's try the last staircase down. Maybe it'll be okay, unlike all the others. Why is it going downstairs been so slow this game for some reason? Alright, Jackal, come here. Who was that downstairs? Is that Grinder? It is. Oh my word. This place is the worst. Let's just read this other scroll. It was remove curse. Alright. I'm a genius. I've not been picking up any stones, but I should be. And let's also pick up... Are we finding sling bullets? No. So let's wield... I'm going to try the hunting sling. It's cursed, but that's okay. I'd rather have a -1 hunting sling than a +0 spear, I think. They're just so good. I don't know. Maybe I'm overestimating them, but I like them a lot. And we just need to find a staircase that is not, like, Grinder. And also not all this other crap. Unluckily, no such staircase presents itself. And, you know, as a Formicid, we're at least somewhat, like, tanky-ish. But boy, I don't like the idea of going back down the staircase right now. But I think I have to. I mean, the other thing I could do is I could, like, shaft myself. Or I could take one of those hatches. But I think that that's just too dangerous. This is a better position to be in than that. So I extended my mandibles here because I'm thinking of, like, digging a better kill hole. But I'm not sure what direction to dig in. Southwest? Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so now, just barely, we're starting to make a dent on this floor. I should stay by the staircase, actually. And back down. Okay. Ooh, a buckler. As a formicid, I approve this message. Okay, Searing Ray is doing work for sure. It's a good spell. I'm just gonna wear that. It needs like 2 skill to reduce the delay, and that's worth. I want to remember to turn off spellcasting when it gets to like 3. Monster nearby. Let's try to approach in this direction, maybe? I don't know. And then back off because of all that noise. A potion to identify at last. Heal wounds, and there's Grinder. Alright, see ya. Heal wounds is obviously great to have. Let's remind myself the Grinder's here as well. Oh yeah, sure, Sigmund. Okay, yeah, that seems fair. Wow. We're not gonna be... Whoa, no kidding! That's a bit more of an investment than I maybe want to make just this moment, but it's nice to have available as a formicid. Like pretty much every formicid should be wearing a shield of some kind, and probably a normal-sized shield, and perhaps a large shield, depending. Actually, where was Sigmund? He's over there. I think I should be okay waking up this... Oh, he didn't shout anyway. Did I not exclude that? Holy cow, what an idiot. Like, I want to wear this shield so much. I really want to. I don't think it's a good idea right now. But you know what? If it's cursed, I can uncurse it, and that'll uncurse my hunting sling as well. So I'm going to wait until I'm away from this orc. Oh, too many orcs. Let's escape. Now, this didn't actually gain me any distance against the one orc, this one here. In fact, it slowed me down in relation to him because digging is slow. But it bought me time relative to the other orcs in that it put me in a place where they didn't see me, and they weren't... Before I dug away, they were sort of homing in on that where the orc had most recently shouted. And digging was the best way to get away from those orcs without getting closer to where the shout was. Potions of Curing. Ah, right. As soon as I got away from those orcs, I wanted to try on my shield, so... +2 shield. Yeah, it's pretty good. Our spells are honestly not that bad with it on, but they are too bad to really consider, and we want to get stuff like IMB up and going soon. So another ring, put it on over flight, I suppose. All right, well, I'm -2. I'm glad I kept that remove curse around, huh? Anything else I want to try on at the moment? Nah. Alright, well. We did it. We found a +2 hunting thing. And we have a spear and we can swap. It's amazing. Grinder. Let's go upstairs before Grinder sees us. How are we doing in terms of exploring this floor? Not very well. On the other hand, well, actually, this staircase is still pretty bad. All right, well, back to this one, I guess. And where to? Yeah, I see we can't get around Sigmund in that way. Let's just go through here, shall we? There we go. That's how we're going to find the rest of the floor. And I'll go ahead and wear this. How bad could it be, right? That's pretty good when there's an adder coming at you. This is like, yeah, too many nearby monsters. Tab a bit. And then Searing Ray. Okay, Magic Dart. Got him. See, it's nice to be able to get yourself these kill holes, even if you're not using them for combat, and you just rest in them. Like, it's harder for monsters to stumble upon you when you're tucked away in a spot like that. Oh, that's a book. Book of Misfortune. Confuse. That's a good one, and we do have hexing aptitudes. Gels is still a dreadful spell, I believe. So, I don't know. We could maybe pick up Confuse at some point, but I don't think we can diversify yet. Oh, identify this. Potion of Magic. Sure. Just hit him. There we go. Yeah, we're only at level 2.8 on that, so keep going on the spell casting. Shields are at 1.2. I'll take a Dagger of Holy Wrath. It's +0, but, you know, if we have to tab any zombies or something, that would be nice. Okay, back off from this guy to get distance for a Searing Ray to go off. Got him. Ooh. That's not great. And we'll finish up this floor down here, I think. And just say, like, this is enough. This is enough of the next floor. We'll just go grab a downstairs that's not that one, please. Yeah, this looks fine. And we're only on Dungeon 3, but we've been going slow. And playing carefully to stay alive, I think totally warranted. And that means, though, that the episodes are not going to feature very many floors per episode, I'm afraid. We're done with this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.